Hi YouTube, it's Ty. Okay, let's get ready for today's live stream. It's Sunday Fun Day. I'm late. I'm 24 minutes later than I was planning on being. 9 minutes later than the extension that I asked for on my community tab. But thank y'all for being here. Let me go in and get myself set up so that I can see your comments. And we're gonna have ourselves a good old time. Okay, here I go. Let's see. Go to my videos. My puppies are situated. Hopefully, I let them wear themselves out enough. They were out there running in the backyard. Hopefully, they'll just come back in here and fall asleep. I let them out earlier, but it might have been too early because I had to wake them up to let them out again. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Whoever you are, thank you. Let's see. Okay, come on now. Trying to get in here so I can see your comments, if there are any. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate it. I appreciate them all. Hey, Brenda. Thank you. Thank you all for those thumbs up. I appreciate that. Let me take the volume down. I hope everybody's having a good day. We're going to give it till 5 minutes, let everybody come in, and then we'll talk about what we're going to talk about. Hey, Von D. Von D, I'm so glad you're here. Have you already applied for your monetization for your channel? Let me know. Hey, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. How are you doing? Thank you for coming back. The dogs are fine. I am hoping that they will just chill out because I let them out a little bit too early today. I let them out and then they came back in and took a nap, and so I made them leave and go outside and play about 40 minutes ago. So I'm hoping that that wore them out enough that they'll just come in here and take a nap again. Hey, you're not ready 365. How are y'all doing? Do y'all have monetization for your channel yet? I know that Von D just hit 1,000 not too long ago, subscribers, and I know y'all already had it. I just want to know if y'all have applied for monetization for your channels yet, because there's some things I want to start doing. Well, that I've been doing, but I want to start doing. Um, American Copperhead, hello. Did you get the tweet that I sent you? I sent you a tweet. If you have time while you're on the live stream, would you look at it because it actually pertains to this live stream and taking out the trash. I got opinions from 2 other women and you who I sent a DM to on Twitter probably about an hour ago because I wanted to get an opinion on something. You don't think you did? You would know if you did. Do you have? Hi, Lady Paul, Baton Rouge in the house. Okay, Baton Rouge. I was supposed to be in Leesville, Louisiana, about 2 weeks ago for work, but they switched my assignment, and so I'm not there yet. But hey, Louisiana, I'm a Texas girl. Hey, Marietta, thank you for being here. And I didn't get to reply to your comment. Thank you for the beautiful compliment that you gave my channel. Thank you all for supporting me. I made it to 4,000 subscribers last week. So at some point last week, I think maybe by Monday. I made 4,000. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I know that a lot of the subscribers I'm getting are still from that one video, that Chrissy Lampkin video I did about Love and Hip Hop. It has over 75,000 views. I cannot believe it. My first time ever, like having one video make me like my whole check, basically for YouTube for the month. So I'm excited about that. I got to figure out how to make all of my videos do that. But thank y'all for y'all's support. Seriously. Another minute, and then I'll let y'all know what we're gonna talk about today. And I'll do a little bit of housekeeping as far as the channel is concerned. And but yeah, thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Let's see. So we have Von D Gaming in the house. Y'all go check him out if y'all are into gaming. We have You Not Ready 365 in the house. Check him out if you're into gaming and just a party atmosphere. Him and his lovely lady, Mrs. LP. Man, a nice little party atmosphere where they just play some music on the live. And fun, good people. Good people. So let me see who else is in here. Okay, I think that I've said hello to everybody who's in here. If I haven't said hello, I'm not trying to not say hello. Try to say hi to everybody when I catch them come in. And, but yeah, so that's what's up for right now. So we are at the 5-minute mark. Let me go in and do a little bit of housekeeping that I want to do, and then we will go on. And hey, Burstify, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, Columbus, Ohio. Okay, y'all know what? That's so funny that Lady Paul came in to tell me where she's from, because I was thinking, okay, those are my dogs in the background. I was thinking I want to start doing a roll call, because I want to know where y'all are. So if y'all don't mind, just, if you don't mind giving a little bit of personal information, just tell us where you are. Just what state or what city, however you want to shout it out. I want to know who's in the house. So yeah, it was very cool that Lady Paul did that, and then Miss Marietta followed suit, because that was literally something I was thinking about this week. I want to know who's in the house and where you are. Now, one thing, okay, Washington, D.C., I see you. And if I mailed you something, I kind of have an idea. I usually remember if I send you a gift card. I usually remember about where you are. So let's go on. And I want to say, I talked to you all about possibly doing a Patreon for my channel where we could do the call-in live streams there. Because I want to get a little bit more raw than YouTube will allow. And I want to be sure that we don't have any trolls coming in the room who are just, hey, nigger, because that was happening on my call-ins. But and I said that I would look into that, but I'm going to revisit that topic when I get to 5,000 subscribers and see if there might be more of an interest, because we have to have enough people viewing to make the call-in worthwhile. So I will revisit that topic in about another 1,000 subscribers, see how long that takes. So yes, Brenda, that really happened. Let me tell y'all what's on the menu. Oh, and there is someone who I'll wait till I hear back from American Copperhead. But anyway, just a general note. I'll do it like this. I've made it very clear. My channel is for anyone to watch. My content is geared toward women, and even specifically black women, but anyone is free to watch. But we are not going to tolerate the open disrespect of black women on my channel. And if that is the energy that you are wanting to bring here, then you will be thrown out. We are going to be taking out the trash this year. But otherwise, I have I have white men, I have white women, I have black men and black women, and Latina women. I can't think of any Latino men who watch the channel. There might be, but who actively participate in the channel. So we have love for everybody, but just have love and respect for us, or you will be dismissed. And there's some things that I'm contemplating toward that end, because I don't need for this. Y'all don't understand the amount of effort that I go through to make sure that this is a safe space for us to talk. So, that being said, and notice there's some people left, so hey, and that's all right. I need you to be on the same page if we're going to be here. So, I think I'm going to have to throw my dogs out, because what I thought was going to work did not work, because they are like at it right now. I might have to throw them out for a second. So let me tell you what we're going to talk about, and then I'm going to throw my dogs out. We're going to talk about Amanda Seales and her comments on The Real about the whole Jussie Smollett situation, now that that topic is being brought back up again because he's being indicted on those charges in fact. We're going to talk about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union and their child, Zaya, I believe it's pronounced Zaya. We are going to have a discussion about the baby, and I'll give y'all the name of that. Well, I'm going to tell you. I call this story the baby mama, the baby, and the baby that's on the way. So we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about Snoop's apology to Gayle, because we did talk at length last week about the comments that he made to Gayle King. We are going to talk about this video that I saw, something that this mother did to her child that was quite disturbing to me. We are going to talk about Wendy Williams and her comments on Valentine's Day and men trying to get in on our celebrations. We are going to talk about Amber Rose and her new facial feature, and we'll touch on Maya because there may or may not be some news about her. We have a quick video to show you about Chanel West Coast, and another quick video about a very talented dancer here in Texas. And of course, as usual, we have our Florida man story, and we have our IDGAF game. For those of you who are new or who do not know, that is our YouTube scavenger hunt game that we play for cash. And we've had a new person come to the stream and win 2 weeks in a row. She won like 40 something dollars the first week and 20 something dollars the second week. So right now we're starting the pot at $10. If we happen to get any donations to the channel before we start the game, those donations will be split in thirds and added to the pot. So a third of those donations will go to the pot for the game, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old time. And then stay tuned, because even if you don't win the cash in the game, you still have a chance to win a $5 gift card. And I told you all, when I get to 5,000 subscribers, and we're less than 1,000 subscribers away, when I get to 5,000 subscribers, these $5 gift cards are going to turn into $10 gift cards. So stay tuned for that. Everybody can win a little something. Right now, it looks like my dogs have settled down a little bit, so if they get rambunctious again, I'm going to just ask you all to excuse me so that I can throw them out. But for now, they seem to be okay. Let me give them a treat. Hopefully they will entertain themselves, and we can just get on with what we came here to do. All right, so let me look and see if there are any more comments I need to address before we get on with the first story. Let's see here. Got everybody coming in, and then Marietta says that video of Chrissy Lambert was the first video I watched. And subscribe right then and there. Plus, I told my coworkers about you. Well, thank you very much, Marietta. I appreciate that. And y'all know, like I said, I will never, ever, ever ask you for a dime for this channel, but I will ask you to share my content. And Marietta, I appreciate you telling your coworkers about me. Thank you very much. Thank everybody who has shared my videos, especially on Facebook. I always say I appreciate that, and I think that that's been part of the reason why that Chrissy Lampkin Love and Hip Hop video is spread the way it is. I have 126 Facebook likes alone on that video, and it now has over 75,000 views. So I will always ask y'all to share my content. If you like this live stream right now, share it on your Facebook and get some more people in here watching y'all. Let's see. Thank you, Marietta, for that, though. I do appreciate it. And she says, what do you think about all these content creators having all this beef towards each other? They are like depressing, dogging each other. I agree. And my live stream, my live stream, thankfully, has not been that. I have a couple of content creators who come here who do go back and forth with each other, but thankfully they've been respectful enough not to bring that drama here to this platform. And they both seem to respect the fact that I'm not into that, and we keep it drama free as we can over here. We talk about celebrities drama, but the people that we know, people we interact with, we don't do drama like that. We don't do it. And thank you, American Copperhead. I see you said you messaged me back. So we might be taking out a little bit of trash by next Sunday, y'all. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna see what my ladies. I sent some messages to 3 ladies and wanted to get their opinion on something going on here in the stream. So we'll check it out. American Copperhead last one because she knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm looking forward to seeing what her comments are. Okay, so you guys, that being said, let me get a sip of water. The dogs are acting like they have a little bit of sense, so I'm going to start with the first story. Okay, here we go. Let me get myself, scoot this over just a little bit. All right. So, I didn't put my tablet over here. I need it. Hold on, y'all. I thought I had everything all set up. So let's see. Look at that. Now see, the reflection from this light is so bright. That's what makes it look like I just have the dirty, dirty screen. It's the reflection from that light. But I still do need to get some electric wipes. Let me go on and turn on. Oh, okay. Okay, American Copperhead has to run to the store. Turn this on while you're at the store, girl. Take us in the car with you. Put us on your Bluetooth. Let me look. I'm hitting it again because I hate seeing these little specks, and I keep saying I'm gonna get some electronic wipes, and then I don't. I always forget about it until like literally this time when I'm turning on my Fire tablet. So y'all see I'm wiping it down. I just gotta work with me. Okay. Let me show y'all this clip. We talked about the Jussie Smollett story when that broke. Was it last year or the year before? It seems like it's been dragging on forever. And I told y'all from day one, I did not believe the brother. Poetry, who may or may not come in here a little bit later. My Twisted Life and TV. Y'all, after this stream, that's the after party because she's coming back to YouTube with her live stream. So go and check her out. But she and I both, as well as the view from Tracy's Point from day one, was like, this story is not adding up. So, yeah. Anyway, that story's back out. You know, the charges against him for like filing the false police report or whatever were dropped, but the charges have come back. And so now, of course, people are talking about the situation again. And so, Amanda Seales, who is the newest co-host on the Panel Talk TV show The Real, had some things to say about it, and I'm going to play her comments, and I just want to get y'all's opinion on it all. So let's see here. I have a lot of things on my Twitter for us to look at today, and that's one of many, so I got to do a little bit of scrolling because that's actually the first story that I wanted to discuss with y'all. So let me get there. Okay, so here's what Amanda had to say about our good friend Lion Jussie. Let's see here.
Then I'm like, that's low-key. Even if it was a hoax, this is really happening all the time. And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble. Like, I'm at my wit's end about us centering situations like this and wanting to make people have to pay. And it's like, Emmett Till's accuser was alive. I think she's still alive. Yep. Yeah. And this young man died, and she announced that she was lying about it. They should have put the shackles on her that day, and she's walking around. So no one was hurt in this situation. Nobody. You know what they're mad about? Their time. Their resources being used. Money, the taxpayers' resources. Taxpayers' resources are being used every day to imprison people who have done nothing but be an addict. So I don't want to hear about Jussie Smollett.
Okay, I'm gonna say, aside from the whole her saying what he did was low key noble, I'm gonna say she had some points that I agree with. I do, let me be clear, believe that Jussie Smollett is guilty. I do think that Jussie Smollett is a liar. And I told y'all that from day one. Like I said, so did Poetry, so did Tracy from the View from Tracy's Point channel. Check them out if you're not. And I do also think, though, that he deserves some kind of punishment. If you think that he needs to be punished, what do you think that the punishment should be? Put that in the comments. And I think that he deserves a huge fine of some sort, maybe some probation time. I would say definitely some community service where he has to deal with victims of real hate crimes, not made up ones. And I think that he should have to pay back the city of Chicago for the resources that they spent investigating his stupid ass, fake ass crime. And I think that all old school hip hop fans would agree that he deserves to have to pay some type of punitive damages for running around calling himself the gay Tupac when all of this stuff was going on. You tried it, Jussie, we denied it, and that's kind of all that I have to say about that. I don't think that he needs to be in prison for anything because this was, in effect, a victimless crime, but he did lie. He did make up a crime. Like, why are you doing this in this day and age? You know, there's nothing to me noble about what he did. But other than that, I do think that Amanda Seales had some points. So let me see what y'all have to say about this, and then we'll go on to the next story. Hang on here. I'm checking y'all out. Let's see. Okay, looks like we don't have any comments on this story. Is there some lag, or y'all have no opinion? Does anybody think he needs to be punished? Or should I just move on? Let me see if y'all have anything to say about this. Yes, it is a ring light. Okay, trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents says, I am for equality. I think what he did was wrong. But what about the people making 911 calls on black people who never get punished? I agree. And that's kind of one of the points. And there was more than Amanda Seales said than this clip that I showed you. And that was one of the things that she actually brought up as well. Um, and I think that like if we're going to start, making an example of people that, I have a hair. One of my hairs are on my tongue. I think that this is not the place to start. Like we've been having issues. Like she said, Emmett Till's accuser is still alive. And for those of you does everybody know who Emmett Till is, or is this a moment for a Black History story? Emmett Till is basically his death is basically what kicked off the civil rights movement as we began to know it here in America. He was killed in the 50s. He was a 14-year-old black boy from Chicago going to visit his family in the South, I think in Mississippi. And his mother was trying to warn him that things were different in the South. And what ended up happening, Emmett Till was accused of whistling at a white woman, and I believe even grabbing her. So, what would amount to in this day and age, basically sexual assault or sexual misconduct. And that woman later admitted, and we talked about it here on this live stream about a couple of years ago, that he never whistled at me. That never happened. She's old now, probably closer to an age where she thinks she's about to meet her maker, so she decides to tell the truth about this. But what happened when Emmett Till was accused of whistling at her and touching her inappropriately was that he was lynched. He was killed by a couple of white men, and his face was maimed. His eye, one of his eyes was out of his eye socket. Bones in his face were broken. His jaw was broken. He was tortured before he actually died. And so this woman, though, his accuser, is still alive, and she's admitted, hey, that was just a lie. That was a serious lie. And so one thing about Emmett Till, though, his mother said that she always loved his smile, and it broke her heart to see that teeth were missing out of his mouth when she was finally given his body. And so she did not want to have a closed casket funeral. She wanted the world to see the things that were going on to black people in the United States of America. And then shame was brought in the country when this picture started surfacing worldwide. And so that's what started, what kind of started people getting together, organized to fight for civil rights in this country, that this young boy, was just falsely accused of whistling at a white woman. Something as little as that could get you killed, and there would be no ramifications for your killers, and so Amanda Seales, though, back to that, when his accuser came out to say that, I'm like, okay, well then, I realize that she's an old woman, but if she only has 2 months to live, I felt like she should have spent those last 2 months in prison. If we're going to start making these things a big deal, then let's start at the beginning. Let's start, and my thing, okay, fine. If we're going to give Jussie Smollett a prison sentence for this, then again, like trying to make a dollar 15 cents is saying, let's start handing out jail sentences as well for these people who are calling the police on black people who haven't done anything wrong. Like for sitting in Starbucks looking suspicious, for what there were, so after that Starbucks incident, like was it last summer or the summer before last, it was like incident after incident with people of color, because it was also Latinos and even Native Americans. Remember the story that we had about the Native American brothers who went to do a college campus visit, but there was Some white woman who was scared and thought that they looked suspicious because they were wearing black shirts. And so she called the police on them. All that they were doing was getting a tour of the school that they wanted to attend, I believe in Colorado or something. And so she called the police on them. Why? Like that they had all their ID, they were with the tour group that they were supposed to be with. But yeah, let's start giving those people sentences too. If we're going to give Jussie Smollett time, then let's give everybody time for like all this unnecessary bullshit, because at the end of the day, these are victimless crimes. But it can't just be that the black guy is the one who's made an example of. Everybody needs to go down for making false accusations that would cost someone their life or their freedom, period. Let me see what y'all have to say about this, and then we'll go on to the next subject. Let's see. Trying to make $1.15 says barbecue Becky, lemonade Linda, water bottle Wendy, apartment Amanda. None of those people were punished beyond public humiliation. They were all wrong as well. Exactly, I agree. And there were so many. There were so many of those stories that were coming out. It was ridiculous. Let's see. Marion says, I use my already used fabric sheets. That goes in the dryer to wipe down all my devices. Okay, I will try that. I just did a whole bunch of laundry today. Hey, Rido boy, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, she said low-key noble, Marietta. I don't know what was notable about that. There's nothing noble about lying, but I do think that jail time, prison time is probably a bit much. I say make him pay a whole bunch of fines and have to work with real crime victims, so that he might gain some perspective that what he did was wrong. Let's see here. Trying to make $1.15 says Emmett Till, his fake accuser needs to be punished. I don't care how old she is. They came after Bill Cosby. He's in jail. I don't have a problem with that either. I don't have a problem with that either. That was actually the first thing I thought when because I didn't even know that the woman was still alive, but when I heard that she was, and now she's saying, no, he didn't really do anything. I just made that up. What? Yeah, you need to go spend the rest of your days. I don't care if you only have 3 days left on this earth. They need to be spent in jail. Let's see here. Right away says, yeah, that pissed me off calling a liar noble. Yeah, he's not noble, but I don't think that his actions are punishable, should be punishable by prison time, unless we start sending everybody to prison who, makes these types of false accusations. Hey, Lady B, and that would be a lot of white people going to prison for calling the police on black people who have been doing absolutely nothing but being black. Like the black girl who was a student at Harvard, and who was taking a nap in the common area in her dorm room. Then a white girl called the police on her for being a suspicious person. Like, we're always, accused of being suspicious. And, damn well sometimes police show up and just kill us. Like, why are you calling police on us if we're not doing shit? Like, oh, God. Y'all, that was like I said, after that Starbucks incident in Philadelphia, it was just call after call after call after call after call on white, brown, Latino people and Native American people. That was a crazy, crazy time. But I mean, I know stuff still happens, and maybe it's just not getting publicized the way that it was during that time period. But craziness. Lady B came in the house. How are you doing, Lady B? That's it on that. We'll go on and move on to the Dwayne Wade story. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, and Zaya, I believe is the way they've been saying it. So, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are so proud to introduce his 12-year-old daughter, Zaya Wade, to the rest of the world. On the same day that Wade opened up about Zaya coming out as transgender, now, for those of you who don't know, I don't know how you couldn't know, especially if you're here in America, Dwayne Wade has a son from a relationship before his wife with Gabrielle Union, and he's saying that now they've been parading this child around for a while. They took the child to the I believe it was the Miami Pride Parade, and that's like, a celebration of LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, transgender, that they put on, and they do Pride like everywhere, especially in major cities and big cities around the country and around the world. I'm pretty sure. So they took their child to Pride and I guess that at the time the thought was that they thought that the child was gay or whatever. But anyway, they've been like talking LGBTQ everything about this child and like posting everything about this child's LGBT moves, which I think is a little bit problematic. And it kind of feels like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union want attention behind their child, but maybe not. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But so anyway, so they took their child there, and now though that child who I think that everyone thought was a gay boy came out last week to say that he is transgender, so he is now a she in his eyes, and so Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are embracing this and just loving the child and saying, okay, we have a daughter named Zaya now. So that's kind of the background. Um, let's see here. On the same day Wade opened up about Zaya coming out as transgender, Gabrielle Union posted a video on social media of Wade and Zaya discussing the importance of being true to one's self. Meet Zaya, for Union 47. That's what she wrote in the caption of her video. She said she's compassionate, loving, whip smart, and we are so proud of her. It's okay to listen, love, and respect your children exactly as they are. Love and light, good people. So that's what she said. Now in the video, Zaya says, I would say just be true to yourself. What's the point of being on this earth if you're going to try to be someone you're not? It's like you're not even living as yourself, which is the dumbest concept to me. She continues, be true and don't really care what the stereotypical way of being you is. In the video, Dwayne Wade, who's 38, then asks his daughter, even when people are being mean and even when people are getting hurt because they're just trying to be themselves. And then Zaya says, I know it can get rough, definitely, but I think you should push through, and just be the best you. Then on Tuesday, Dwayne Wade told Ellen DeGeneres that he and Gabrielle Union are proud parents of a child in the LGBTQ plus community, and we are proud allies as well. And so I have to say that also. So they could just be taking their roles as allies very seriously. Maybe they're not pimping out their child for social media likes, but it comes across that way to me. But maybe they are just like very serious about their role as allies, their roles as allies. He says, we take our roles and responsibility as parents very seriously. So when our child comes home with a question, when a child comes home with an issue, when a child comes home with anything, it's our jobs as parents to listen to that, to give them the best information that we can, to give them the best feedback that we can, and that doesn't change because sexuality is now involved in it. So, understandable and commendable, I would say. Zaya, who previously came out as a member of the LGBTQ plus community, has received a slew of support from famous allies, including Timbaland and Jessica Alba. Cool. Last summer, Wade discussed Zaya attending Miami's Pride Parade, stating at that time, I think we as a family should support each other. And in December, the former Miami Heat guard responded to criticism after Gabrielle Union shared a photo of Zaya wearing acrylic nails and a crop top in a family photo. Hey, well. Wade and Union share a 1-year-old daughter together, and the retired NBA star has 3 additional children, including Zaya, that are from previous relationships. So, let me show you all the video of Dwayne Wade's daughter. Now, he was just his son, but now it is his daughter. This is what Zaya wants the world to know.
Because they're afraid they will be judged. I would say, don't even think about that. Just be true to yourself. Because are you really even, what's the point of being on this earth if you're going to try to be someone you're not? It's like you're not even living as yourself, which is like the dumbest concept to me. It's just like, be true and don't really care what the stereotypical way of being you is.
Even when people are being mean, even when people are getting hurt by like because they're trying to be themselves, and even through that, you still want people to make sure that they live their truth.
Yeah, I think I know it can get tough, definitely. Yeah, but I think you push through and you be the best you, and especially more recently, like it's become a more accepting. Even though there's obviously a lot of people out there who still really set more in the like back in their days way of mind. But I think even through hard times, just you gotta just push through. I mean, like it's worth it. I feel like it's very worth it when you reach that point of like yourself.
Feeling free.
Yeah.
Feeling like you.
Yeah.
Feel like you don't have to hide.
Like where you could look in the mirror and like say like hi to yourself, like nice to meet you, instead of like I don't really know who I am. It's like a full identity crisis.
Okay, so that is what Zaya, Dwayne Wade's former son and now daughter, had to say. Now here is a picture of Zaya now, and then his older brother, and this is what he posted on Instagram. Zaire, man, I remember bugging my mom as a kid, telling her I wanted a brother so bad. I was the only child looking for company and someone to look after and take care of. I've been blessed to have my best friend Zaya with me for 12 years. We did everything together. We fought, we played, we laughed, and we cried. But the one thing that we never did was leave each other behind. I told you that I would lay down my life to make sure that you are 10 toes down and happy on this earth. I don't care what they think, Z. You are my best friend, and I love you, kid. And if it means anything, just know there's no love lost on this side. So just some support from Zaya's brother to let him know that I don't care whatever you decide to be. I love you. I prayed for you. You're here, and I love you. And whatever you need from me, you got it. And I think that that's beautiful. I do think that the love that this child is getting from her family is very beautiful. And again, the only thing that I do kind of question the intentions of Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, but maybe I'm being too skeptical about it. Maybe they're just, you know, trying to show their love to their child and trying to show love to other children because they do have such a huge platform. They are such huge celebrities that maybe if they can help to normalize the way the kids feel, that they're doing their part as allies, and it could be that, but I don't know. I do feel that like it's just a bit much for this 12-year-old child, like for every move regarding their gender identity or their sexuality to be like put on this national spotlight or even an international spotlight. So seems a bit much to me, but all in all, the takeaway from this is I'm thankful that the child has a family who loves it, who loves her, not it, but who loves her. And I do see a lot of comments, obviously. I mean, we could expect there are going to be a lot of comments on social media, people saying some really crass things, and I'm sure it's not easy for the child to read, but like a lot of people were mentioning, yeah, this child is might be reading or hearing these comments, but from the comfort of like a really huge mansion and under parents who like are both multimillionaires, so it's like it's okay. And that's kind of one thing that I thought of too when Zaya was saying how it might be hard. When Dwayne Wade asks, well, what if people are um, what if people are making it hard for you, or even if you get hurt? And see, so like their child, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's child, is not going to go through a lot of the hardship that the average kid who comes out is going to go through. Like this kid is protected because it has so much money, right? But the average kid who's like 12-year-old boy who comes out and says I'm a girl is probably going to be getting their ass kicked on a daily basis at school. But thankfully, that's not the case for this child, and I guess that maybe they're hoping that them bringing awareness will make it so that other 12-year-old children can feel comfortable to come out too. So I was trying to just look at the positive, but I do have my side eye on Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade as far as this child is concerned. I really do. So let me see what y'all have to say about that. And then we'll get on to the next story. And thank y'all for the thumbs up. Y'all know I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for just being here. I super duper appreciate that. Let me see what y'all have to say. And it looks like, okay, there must be there must be some lag in the stream, because as I was like dead in the middle of the Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade story, I started seeing all these comments popping up about the last story. But when I finished the last story, like I only saw like like a dollar trying to make $1.15, mainly commenting in like Marietta. And so I don't know if maybe there's a lag in the stream. Maybe if you get to this part and you hear me talking, maybe refresh your screen and see if I'm talking about something different, and let me know if you discover that there is a lag, because I really don't want that to be the case by the time we get to play the game, by the time we get to play IDGAF towards the end of the stream. So let me know when you hear me say this, and refresh your screen if we're still on the same page. Okay, so let me read what these comments are. Okay, no lag for you. Thank you, Right Up Boy. Yeah, if you're hearing this in real time, then please let me know that as well. Thank you, Right Up Boy. That clears up something for me. Okay, so let's go back to the Jussie Smollett story, because there were some more comments that came in, like I said, after I finished that and was already on to the next story. Okay, no lag for Brenda. Okay, thank you, Brenda. So trying to make $1.15 says she's not sure. Okay, so there's some. I don't know. Can maybe one of my moderators check to see if Emmett Till's accuser is still alive? I know a couple of years ago that she was. Lady B, I didn't think you were lagging too. Okay, maybe it's taking people a while to type their comments. But uh, I don't know if she's alive or not. I thought she was still alive. I hadn't heard it confirmed that she was dead. But I agree with trying to make $1.15 that if she is alive, she does need to go to jail. But let's see, and it won't happen. Hey, Wolverine Scratch, how are you doing? Let's see here. So, Lady B, says that Amanda and Jussie's bringing attention. Said Jussie's bringing attention to it was noble. I understand what she was saying. Yeah, now I understood every single point that she made, except for her saying that it's noble. And she did say low key noble or whatever, but I understand every point that she made except for that one. And I agreed with every point that she made except for that one. Like, okay, fine, you can say he's trying to bring awareness, but there's another way to bring awareness, than to become a fake victim. But I did understand, definitely her points about, let's not start with making an example out of the black guy who did this, when we've been the victims of these kinds of false crimes, for literally centuries in this country. Like, let's not start trying to make it right and throw the book and stick it to him with Jussie. Like, really? Like, no. Let's see here. Marietta says his punishment should be, first, pay the city for their time. Second, he should do about 90 days jail time. Third, he needs to do community work, like clean the freeways. And that's kind of in line with what I was thinking. I'm just asking what y'all think it should be. So, let's see here. Right Boy says those who lie about hate crimes should get fined harshly at least, and people should get in trouble for calling the police for anything other than a crime in process. I agree with that. Yes, I agree. And yeah, I agree with that. And I would hope that anyone who thinks that Jussie deserves prison time also thinks that people who call the police on when crimes aren't being committed, that they feel the same way about that too. I hope, but let's see here. Lady B is doing well. And Ryder Boy says he's never called the police in his 25 years. And you're only 25. That makes me feel so old. Okay. Let's see here. If an adult wants to change sex, that's fine, but a child is wrong. And okay, I have mixed feelings about that, and I used to feel exactly the way you do. So there are a lot of layers to this thing, in my opinion. But I used to feel exactly like that, and I understand people feeling that way. Now, I kind of feel like, and I'm hoping that as long as Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are going along with this child saying, I'm a girl now, I'm hoping that they won't do anything medically to alter the child's body. I feel like, okay, if you say, you've been feeling like you were a girl since you were 4 years old, since you had a memory, you've always felt like you're trapped in the wrong body, then okay, identify as a girl, but I would not want you feeling I would not as a parent invest in physically turning you into a girl, like, removing your penis, having it inverted to make some kind of makeshift vagina or whatever. Like, I would not feel comfortable doing that as a parent, just in case this child gets 16 and says, that was a phase, I'm a boy, or whatever. I would not allow the child to take hormones to develop breasts. I wouldn't. There's only so much that I could do as a parent, but like, embracing what the child is saying, I could see myself doing that, but not like, I would say, like, okay, if that's truly how you feel, then when you're an adult or when you turn 21 or whatever, if I have the money as a parent, I'll do this for you, or, you pay for this yourself if you feel that strongly. I don't know. Um, but, like, okay, now this is, I'm not talking transgender right now, I'm talking gay. Have we not all seen those children that we know from a very young age, like little boys? We know, like the outside knows, even though we might not say anything to the mother or the father, we can look at that child and we're like, that child is gay. Or maybe that is a boy who, feels like it's a girl. Like, it's a boy who's not extremely masculine. It doesn't want to play sports. He doesn't want to, if he does want to play with dolls, it's dolls, not action figures. He's not interested in He-Man or, things that boys typically are, but always playing with the girls and, always, looking for a doll or whatever, always wanting to do hair or wear makeup or whatever. Like, we've seen those children who we know, like, this is not going to be your average male when they grow up. And so what if we did just, rather than like try to fight it, because I think that too often the parents, especially fathers, when they see this in boys, they try to fight it and, you better put that goddamn doll down, and, like, it's that kind of thing. What if rather than resisting, we just let this child be and embrace who they are instead of making them feel like ashamed or whatever, because, like, darn well that this is not going to grow up into, an adult who's going to be a heterosexual. What if we just embraced it? Like, what if we did? What would be the harm in that? That's kind of how I feel at this time. There was a time, and I don't even think it was 3 years ago, when I felt exactly the way that Ride Boy feels. But what if we did? Just throwing that out there. Let me see. I'm looking for comments to me. Okay, now here we go. Okay, Lady B saying that's so beautiful. I believe you're referring to what Zaya's brother wrote. That post was beautiful. Lady B says, I do wonder if the child asked Gabby and Dwayne Wade to share this journey. I wonder that too. I do too, because I don't want to like just demonize them if they're not doing this for what seems like attention, so I don't want to just demonize them. So that's why I'm saying that this is just my thought, and I could be completely wrong. Let's see here. Yeah, so Lady B's wondering, did Zaya ask Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle to share this journey with the world? Okay. Wolverine says that I'm looking fine. Thank you. Rhino Boy says I tried to find that out. Not sure. Okay, so we're not sure if Emmett Till's accuser is dead or alive. Let's see. Marietta says, I've seen footage of the gay pride parade. Some men show their private parts, and and it's like, hey, they kiss everybody in the mouth. I thought that was totally inappropriate. And of course, like the tone of every gay pride parade is different. I've been to the gay pride parade in Houston, and I had a ball. But I was an adult, and I went with one of my girlfriends, and we just went because we had never experienced it before. I had a good time. I don't think that it's necessarily an environment for children to be in, regardless whether they're gay or straight or anything LGBTQ or not. It definitely seems like an adult atmosphere. I didn't see anything there that like just turned me off too much. But I do think that it's definitely something for adults. Um, at least the tone of the Houston Gay Pride Parade certainly was, and I would imagine that Miami probably is even a little bit more risque. And this was more than 10 years ago that I went to the Houston Gay Pride Parade. Probably about somewhere close to 15 years ago that I went to the Gay Pride Parade in Houston, and so who knows? Probably those many years ago was probably a lot more tame than it is now. I would definitely say though, I didn't think that was an atmosphere for anybody's child, regardless of sexual identity. Period. Let's see here. Wolverine says I'm just catching up on paperwork. Okay, it's my week off, getting it out of the way tonight. Very nice. God gave me two hands tonight. They're doing the work. All right. I'm hoping they don't have her taking hormone blockers. Yeah, I don't know. Now I do hope that. Now I will say, looking at the child does look like a boy. So maybe they are just kind of, like I guess it's one thing like if the child wants to get a feminine hairdo, like get some braids or put on a wig or whatever, or like they said there was a hey, okay, hold up, I gotta do this. My Twisted Life TV, y'all, that's the after party tonight, and feel free. I don't, y'all know I'm not tripping. If she's coming back to YouTube. She had taken a hiatus, but she's coming back with a live stream tonight. I'm trying to finish up about the time that she starts, so that can be the after party. I remember how we used to go to Sammy's channel as an after party like 2 years ago when I was streaming, and she had just started. Um, my Twisted Life and TV is going to be streaming live tonight. She's doing a cooking stream and talking about who knows what. So a lot of us are already subscribed to her channel. If you're not already subscribed to My Twisted Life and TV, subscribe to her. She's reviewing something on TV that you like now that she's back at it. And we just want to go show her some love because she always shows us love on this channel. So yeah, just wanted to put that in there so that we can go and check her out today. So let's see here. What was I saying? I was in the middle of saying something. Yeah. So and like okay, they mentioned something about the child taking a in one of the family pictures. The child was wearing a crop top and like some acrylic nails, like had his nails did. I guess things like that would be okay if they want to let the child embrace their feminine side for now. But I would say that to me it seems too early to like start doing hormones, injecting hormones, and like doing physical surgery things to make this, to make this child look like a female. But yeah, embrace with the child, call her, she use the pronouns that she wants used or whatever. But I would say that at 12 it's way too early, I think, in my very unmedical opinion. I'm nobody's doctor, but it seems like it'd be too soon to start like doing surgical things to the child. Let's see here. Let's see. Um, okay, Marietta says he didn't start that until Gabrielle let him sit in on photo shoots, letting him wear her purses, try on makeup, etc. Um, and see, my thing, and that's probably true. I believe what you're saying, but I think that for a child to do that, it's already what they want to do. A little boy who's gonna grow up to be a heterosexual man and identify as a man, he's not gonna have any interest in wearing his mama's purses anyway, So I kind of just feel like that was already there, and they're just embracing something that they couldn't stop. So let's just embrace it. kind of feel like is how they feel. Let's see here. Trying to make $1.15 says D Wade and Gabby. I think this should be a private matter, not out shame, not but to respect Zaya's process. It's hard enough to be a celebrity child with this extra layer. Also, I know Zaya's parents are rich, but words hurt. Dwayne had to address some very disrespectful people in their comments. It got extremely out of hand. It did. It did. To think that this is a 12-year-old child and people were saying some very disrespectful things. And I don't know how much of that they allow their child to see on social media. I don't know, like, if this child already has her own social media accounts. I don't know. So, just like I imagine, the same way I imagine that Beyonce must shield her child from comments, about her being ugly because she looks like her daddy, but a very cute, girly version of her daddy. But still, I imagine that a lot of these celebrities probably go out of their way to keep their children off of social media just because of things like this. I imagine. Let's see here. Poetry says, oh wait, Lady B says, I feel like this is on the beginning and he will probably always address comments because that's what parents do, stick up for children. I do agree with that, Lady B. Poetry says, and when I say poetry, for anybody who might be new to the stream, that I'm talking about My Twisted Life and TV. It used to be My Twisted Life TV with poetry, but now she is My Twisted Life and TV. She talks about her life and TV shows, and her name is Poetry. So Poetry says, hey y'all, I'm just sitting in. It's wash day and I'm trying to comb through my ish. Oh, wash day, fun times. Oh, so another little bit of housekeeping. This is the last time for a couple of months y'all gonna see my real hair because I'm about to get some weed put in. Oh, y'all. I went and shopping for weed last night, and I found me some extensions that that look like girl Diana Ross from 1980 something, honey. It's long and wild and crazy. And when I read the reviews, I was sold because one of the reviews, the girl said this hair makes me twerk. I'm like, this is the hair for me. So the next time y'all see me on Sunday Fun Day, I'm gonna be inches down. Don't hate, okay? Yeah, I'm about to get back up in my weed for a couple of months. Then I'll be out of it for a couple of weeks and back and forth. Yeah, okay. Twerk hair, y'all. Twerk. Okay, so just letting y'all know. Okay, let's see here. I had a friend go through the transition around late 20s, and she said it was the worst decision she ever made. Wow. And see, I have a friend in their 50s trying to go through the transition, wanting to retire so that they can go through the transition. And I don't know, and they're like actually in counseling and everything now, like, I don't know, man. That's tough. That is tough. And I hear I've heard horror stories about actually like trying to turn the penis into something that looks like a vagina. I've heard horror stories and like about fecal matter leaking out of there because the procedure wasn't done the way it was supposed to be done or whatever. I've heard horrible things. But just the pain that um, yeah. Twerk hair. Yes, wash day and wash day crew in the building. Who else is? Oh, okay. It's wash day for trying to make $1.15 too. Let's see here. Marietta says I don't understand why they Dwayne and Gabrielle want this so public. I told you I don't understand it either. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and just assume that they want to be allies because this is something that their child is going through and they are very public people. Maybe they feel like they can make it better for other children and other people. So I'm trying to look on the bright side, but it does seem a little creepy to me that they are wanting to be so public about this. I think her support was there, but now she says she doesn't feel like she's in the right body. See, and that's why. And this is someone who's in their 20s. I mean, an adult, that's still young to me because I'm in my 40s, but that's still young. That's still young, but at the same time, it's still an adult. That's why I'm like saying I hope that Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade are not going to do anything medically or allow the child to take hormones or anything because the child could change her mind. So I don't know. Poetry, I think I saw a video where Zaya said she wanted to publicly announce it. And I think I've seen something along those. I don't know if it was a video. I think I read that somewhere too. So, um, ever since Dwayne married Gabrielle, he has changed. Dumb. No, say no. Now, okay, I will admit, y'all know I was Team Gabrielle when it came down to that Terry Crews stuff. I don't like Gabrielle Union. But I can look at things on a case by case basis. I don't like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. I don't like the story about how I heard they got together, kind of her on some side chick shit. I don't like how they have this other child that they don't talk about, his break baby, and they make it seem like this child is not a part of the family. There's so many things that I don't like about what I see about their union. That they just do creep me out a little bit. You know, they're not my favorite people. But I do appreciate him having her back when it came down to all the stuff with Terry Crews and that stuff separately, the Terry Crews separately from who they are. I could have her back in that moment. But she's not one of my favorite people by far. Hang on just a second, you guys. Let me grab this. Peter, it's a little bit closer to me. Y'all see all my gray hair? Okay. Now, that is that on that. Let's go on and move on to the next story as I get myself situated here. Next, we're going to talk about a story that I want to call the baby mama Mimi, the baby, and the baby on the way. All right, let me take a sip of water and then get into it. Dab my nose too. Okay, so on Tuesday, y'all, the internet was in shambles after the mother of the baby's children took to Instagram to call him out for cheating on her and impregnating another woman. Although the baby did admit to having another baby on the way, he took to Instagram to refute the cheating allegations and claimed that he was single when everything went down, therefore, he was not cheating. It looks like the baby's new child's mother caught wind of the news and decided to confirm it herself, and she tagged the Shade Room. So let me show y'all what I have on the baby on my Twitter. Hang on here. Okay, so let me just this is a quick 45-second rundown. Okay.
No, because I'm going to show all your fans that you policing your child's mother. Why would I police? When have I ever policed you on anything? Have I ever? No.
Okay, so the first part of this video was the baby mama saying that he was policing her, and it seems like maybe, I don't know, she called herself, liking some other guy, but he's already moved on to some other girl, got some other girl pregnant, and he was seeming to have a problem with that.
That you policing your child's mother. Why would I police? When have I ever policed you on anything? Have I ever? No.
Okay. Then the next clip, it shows some text messages that I guess the baby mama found in his phone where he's texting another girl. Now she's saying, Okay, he's saying, never mind, I'm about to go home, I don't feel good. And no, he's saying that. And then, no, she says, never mind, I'm about to go home, I don't feel good. She says, you work in Greensboro, right? Or no, he's saying that. Then she says, no, I work in Winston. He says, meet me in the city. She says, I can meet you when I get off. And then he says, tells her to send account info. I don't want you doing all that driving. And so then it bleeps out her account info. And then he says, need more than that. I guess he needed some more information so that he could send her some money. So and that baby mama got those messages out of his phone and posted those on social media. And then she was just kind of in her feelings. So then she's saying, money is power, know it, understand it. I guess a message to you girls. Hold on. And then she seemed to stay in her feelings for quite some time on that day. And she posted another message. I've been asking God to show me the people who aren't for me, and He did just that. So she kind of spent the day posting cryptic messages after she felt like she discovered that he was certainly cheating on her. But that's not really what he was wanting to call it. And then she wanted y'all to know your favorite rapper is the #1 capper. Don't believe half of what social media is showing you. She just, like I said, kind of spent part of her day posting cryptic messages about the baby so that his fans could see he's not all that. But then, like the Shade Room says, just the week before, the Shade Room was posting the baby and the baby mama as couple goals while they're on a flight, and she's sitting here rubbing his feet. Yeah, so that was just last week. She's rubbing his feet. But now the baby got another baby on the way, and as soon as the news hit, as soon as the baby got on his live and confirmed that there was actually another baby on the way, here comes his thirsty ass baby mama, the second baby mama, wanting to confirm that yes, I'm pregnant. Guess who's carrying the baby's baby? And like I said, his baby mama was just rubbing his feet a week ago. This girl is definitely more than 6 days pregnant. So the baby been making some moves and making some babies. So ladies, this is just another cautionary tale of why if you do want marriage, if you are commitment minded and marriage minded, get your ass married and do not settle for being the baby mama, because baby the baby mama Mimi can't even get anything out of him now but maybe some child support, but she doesn't have any legal claims to him. Are you really cheating, if you're not married? And then he's saying they were on a break, so the baby is saying that the baby that's on the way is a break baby. And so, it just makes everything really complicated when it doesn't have to be. So she kind of, sold herself short. And she's sitting up here rubbing this dude's feet all on, Instagram Live and like being heralded as couple goals or whatever. For what are you really getting out of this? So I don't know, maybe the baby gonna have a child support case coming up against him, or else it could be that baby mama Mimi is gonna stay with the baby, because having his money is better than not having him at all. Who knows how this is going to work, but it looks like a bunch of BS. So let me see what I have to say about the baby and the baby mama Mimi and the baby and the baby that's on the way. Let's see. Thank y'all for the thumbs up, by the way. Let's see here. Okay, so hold up. A couple more comments still about Gabrielle. Trying to make $1.15 says, yeah, I didn't like how they got together either. It was sweet. She was his dream girl, etc. It was sweet until you do the math and realize he was still married at the time. It's a little murky to say the least. Yeah, I agree. The timing was, yeah. Um, Rhino Boy says every DaBaby song sounds like every DaBaby song, and that's all I need to know about him. Now I have to admit, I've only heard one DaBaby song, and I like it. That song "Bop." When I saw him trending because he had gone on Saturday Night Live and performed it, I did look at clips from the performance. Like there was a 2 minute clip that was circulating on Twitter when he performed on Saturday Night Live. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I like it. And then I saw like the white girl twerking on a handstand and everything. I'm like, okay, this is different. And then I went and looked at the video on YouTube. And I'm like, oh wow, he basically like recreated his video for the Saturday Night Live stage, and I thought that was pretty neat. And so that's like officially in my workout playlist. Okay, I needed some shit with some bopping it. We'll watch some man with better copping it. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, baby. And that's all I know about DaBaby. And I know there's DaBaby, and I know there's Lil Baby. And I'm like, baby, look, and I don't know what the baby mama Mimi was thinking about this Negro like being responsible. He calls himself DaBaby. Like, girl, what are you expecting? Child, please. Okay, so anyway, let's see here. So true, redo. LOL, still be bouncing to him though. You're saying that's true, Rido. Rido, gotcha. Okay, yeah, like bop is a bop. Like it sounds great. Yes, DaBaby and what the Mimi. That's Mimi. The baby mama is Mimi. Let's see here. Poetry said that girl ain't going nowhere. Neither of them. Yeah, I don't think she is. I think girls do this and they just want some attention, want somebody to feel sorry for them, want to shame the baby daddy, but then like at the end of the day, girl, well, I think she's a barber and she has her own, like she makes money, but probably not as much as DaBaby, and DaBaby needs to be careful because he doesn't need to be spreading his seeds, making too many DaBaby Juniors because he has one hit record right now. So we don't know if he's gonna have lasting, staying power or not. So I would hate for him to like end up in a situation like Fetty Wap. You had like one good song and then you got 8 children now. Like, just slow down and slow down. Brother Boy says Bop is good. The rest of his songs sound like that one. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe that means they're all good, right? But no, I do like Bop, and that is the only one I know, though. So let's see what y'all have to say about other stuff. Let's see here. We got another story. We got another story coming up. Let's see. Okay. Y'all, Snoop apologized. Let's just play the video and y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Hold up. Okay. Here we go. And there's writing on the screen. I couldn't tell like why the sound on this was so bad, but on every platform that I heard it was like terrible. So here. Okay, so yeah, not just last week, and all this year, actually, all this year on this channel, I've been saying it's a new year, and I want Black women particularly to be careful about who we support, and let's support the Black men who support us, and let's not support the ones who definitely don't and make it known that they are not here for us. And so just last week, Snoop was in that category. But what do y'all think about his apology? Do you believe that it's sincere? Um, do we support him now or not? I want to know what you think. And by the way, this is something my sister was talking to me before, and I think that I mentioned this last week with all the nuances and moving parts that were a part of this Gayle King, Lisa Leslie interview, and then Boosie's remarks, and then Snoop's remarks, and then Gail's, reply to those remarks, and then not Ariana Grande, Ari Lennox jumping in with her 2 cents, and my saying how foolish she looked to jump in and have Kobe and Snoop's back. I guess when none of these black men had her back when she was crying on the internet, about 3-4 weeks ago because people were saying that she looked like a Rottweiler because of her very big, wide, African-looking nose. Kobe Bryant was alive then. I didn't see him tweeting, "Hey, y'all, stop! Don't call this beautiful black woman that." I didn't see Snoop tweeting, "Hey, y'all, leave this sister alone." None of that. But here she jumps in, like acting like an attack dog, like they called her. To jump down the throats, of Gayle and, or as she called them, Kale and Oprah, Gayle and Oprah on the behalf of black men. And to me, she looked very silly doing that. And I'm saying that that's what we all need to stop doing. Stop giving just blind, blanketed support. Support the men who support us. So, and then Chandra was asking me, she called me, or actually she asked me if I had time to talk, and I called her while I was doing my notes for the live stream around 10, 11 o'clock this morning. And she was like, what about the fact that, Monique, she's called out Oprah, a while ago, but now everybody's wanting to jump on Oprah because, Snoop and all these other people have been saying stuff, all these other black men have been calling out Gayle and Oprah. So now it's like, and so I said, I thought that I mentioned that, and I don't know if I thought that I did mention that in the live stream. She said she didn't hear me say that, but I know that just yesterday I was talking to a young girl who works for the company that I used to work for, and I don't I don't know why it is, but it did definitely catch my attention that here we've had Monique running around saying that Oprah is a snake, calling out Oprah, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry, like pretty much in the same breath, and saying, "Y'all, look at Oprah. She's not here for us like that, whatever." And even came out to say, she's been kind of calling for Oprah. She's not going to get the response that she wants from Oprah. Honestly, I do wish that she would quit. However, at the same time, I'll say, Oprah's not going to respond to anybody. She's not going to respond to Snoop like that. Oprah is above it all at this point, right? So that being said, though, it took Snoop and all these other people calling out Oprah and Gayle for all of the black community, all of the black collective to get mad enough to say something and finally start coming against this woman. Why wasn't it enough when y'all had a black woman saying, "Look at Oprah, she's fraud. Look at Oprah, she's a snake"? It wasn't enough. It took black men getting upset about it and then that being enough to rally the rest of the black people. So y'all just pay attention. That's kind of all that I can say. Pay attention to how we are listened to, we're not listened to, we are silenced, and we're kind of but we're still expected to be the workhorse for the community. The workhorse is for the community. Silence when Monique says something, but everybody's got to get mad because black men were harmed when Snoop speaks up, right? So, like I said, just pay attention. And another side note, fuck Michael Rappaport. He came for Monique back when she was coming for Lee Daniels and Oprah and Tyler Perry. He came for Kenya Moore a couple of times, more than a handful of times on Watch What Happens Live. And now he came for Gayle King after she did her interview with Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant. I mean, and he just talks to these black women with all this, vitriol and all these cuss words, and he calls them out their names too. And black men won't even put funky ass, white ass Michael Rappaport in check. They won't put him in check. And Michael Rappaport feels way too comfortable coming for black women, but never ever black men. I've never heard Michael Rappaport and his white ass have this same energy for white men for black men that he does for black women. Michael Rappaport comes after black women like it ain't nothing, and I've never seen a black man try to shut him down. So I'm tired of these, white guys just because they do, they like rap music, or they were on a show with an all black cast. He did one little documentary about the freaking a Tribe Called Quest, and so now they get an invitation to the cookout. No, they're not invited, and even me, having a white partner myself. Matthew Uno is not invited to the cookout. He could be my plus one, but he can't just come to the cookout. That's not how this works. So he needs to be checked. And along with the black men who need to be checked and black men who don't need to be supported, Michael Rappaport neither. I'm sick of him, and I don't even know if he's even actually working these days or if he's just going on to Watch What Happens Live on Bravo and making comments about Real Housewives like he's some kind of bitch. But I'm sick of that man too. Sick of him. So let me see what y'all have to say about this, and then we'll go on to our next story. Let's see here. Marietta says, I love, I guess you mean, love the baby, but I think he needs to get rid of his crew that follows him around. I think he forgot that he doesn't live in the hood anymore. You know what? And I don't know enough about him to know, but I do remember hearing something about him beating up some promoter, some club promoter who owed him money or something. And he seems like he has a good head on his shoulders, but too often we've seen it happen where rappers coming up and they're like getting ready to move on and move up in the world, but they keep the same trash ass people around them. And so like even though like they have this money now, they aren't really able to rise up out of their element because they have the same fools around them, and like but they keep people around them who have nothing to lose, so they end up doing a bunch of stupid stuff. So yeah, I would say that if he is hanging around people who were toxic when he was in the hood, he needs to let them go. He needs to cut them loose. Maybe give them a little money. Y'all go figure it out on your own, but leave me alone. I got somewhere to go. And that, I mean, we've seen that happen over and over again. So many rappers we've seen go down that road, and even like I would put Michael Vick in that same category too. We've seen it happen to athletes, whatever, all kinds of entertainers, you name it, black men who came from the bottom and who didn't have anything, whether they're rapping, singing, acting, throwing a ball, catching a ball, whatever. But they start getting that money, but they want to bring up their old crew with them, and their old crew still has a hood mentality, and so then they all fall down. So yeah, that would be a wise thing for him to do. Let's see here. Hat. What? Trying to make $1.15. That might have been a mistake. I just see a comment that says hat. Lady B says, nope, his apology wasn't sincere because his mom made him do it. And I did see that, yeah, him saying that, his mother, he talked to his mom and she convinced him. And I didn't even realize that his mother was still alive, But I guess that was where she finally drew the line. Now, I raised you better than that. You're not going to be calling no woman that, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, so, I don't know, y'all. Let's see here. Poetry says, I didn't stop supporting him. I can respect his apology for his threat and putting it on social media, but I don't think he needed to apologize for how he felt. No, and I don't think that he should apologize for how he felt. I do think that he should apologize, though, for threatening her and for calling her out of her name. I don't think that I think that everybody was in their right to feel a way about the tone of Gail's interview. And I was with him in his original statement until he's like, can I call on one, y'all? Can I call her? Yeah, you funky dog head bitch. And then, ending it by saying, we're coming for you. What? So yeah, stating how, because like even Boosie, his response was laced with a bunch of cuss words, but he never cussed out Gail. He was just like, man, this is fucking terrible. We the fucking worst. That kind of stuff. You know, black people, we the fucking. But it was just that he was upset. He's very passionate. So I didn't even have a problem with anything Boosie said, even though he was cussing. He never called that woman out of her name. And so, yeah, apologize for what you did that was wrong. Don't ever apologize for having an opinion. You know, I would definitely agree with that. Trying to make $1.15 says hard pass on Snoop. Martha made him apologize because she don't play about her money. He can say it was his mama. It was most likely Martha. Don't you know that that was what crossed my mind too? Because I'm just like, okay, Martha, like, are you, this is like your co-host, this man who's coming after, and I think that, like, I want to think that they're all like, are they all Viacom? Isn't that like CBS, VH1? Are they all like kind of under the same umbrella? So yeah, I do. He can say it was his mama too, but I kind of think that something about the money got to him, and yeah, and Martha, I don't think she wants that attached to her. Let's see. Right away says Auntie Snoop backtracked. Someone was gonna cancel him. Yeah, he definitely backtracked. And I'm kind of surprised that he did, but I'm glad that he did. But I don't need to support Snoop. Yeah, I haven't supported anything Snoop has done in so long. And I don't watch the show that he has with Martha Stewart. I don't know of anything else that he's doing that I would be supporting. And frankly, you know, I don't like the fact that I've never heard him come out in support of his dark-skinned daughter who complains about colorism, and he seems to be kind of colorist himself. He definitely seems to be a trash-ass husband. There's nothing for me to support with Snoop. So, you know, for me personally, his attack on Gail didn't change how I felt about him already, you know, or at least the way that I would support him, because he's not doing anything that I'm interested in seeing. Poetry says if he wasn't online, he could call her a bitch to her face, in my opinion. Ain't no rules for me when I'm mad with what I call you. I'm different, I guess. Yeah, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I on that, I want to. We do have a difference of opinion, because it wasn't even like his family. It was, you know, Gail was doing an interview about Kobe Bryant, like, and I don't know how close he was with Kobe, but I don't see any reason, especially though, what I had to say though, for him to start out his whole discussion talking about how black people need to do better. You can't then go and call this woman a bitch, a funky doghead bitch, and say you're basically gonna ride on her when you're doing nothing to elevate the situation as a black man yourself. When you're starting the conversation, because then that makes you a total hypocrite. Oh man, we gotta do better. Man, those black people, yada yada yada. But then you're calling another black woman a funky doghead bitch. Like, no. Like, for me, that's a no. You know, like, yeah, if you do something to personally offend me, then that's a different situation. But I do hope that they meet in person and, you know, hash it out or whatever. At the end of the day, these problems are out of my pay grade. You know, they'll both be fine. Hey, The Real, have you been in here? I didn't see you because I haven't said hello to you. If you were in here earlier, I'm sorry I didn't say hello. But yeah, like, you know, yeah, we got a personal problem, then all bets are off. But no, that's just not how I feel about it. Especially, as I'm saying, if you're talking about how what black people need to do, black people this, black people that, then be the black person you're talking about being. Even in your anger, you can express your anger without going low. You know, if that's where you're really coming from, because that's how he started his whole discussion when he went off on her the first time. The Real says, I felt that Snoop was coerced to apologize. Somebody in Gail's clique has Snoop's career in their hands. I would kind of think that too. It did not seem sincere to me. And so the way that I felt about Snoop has not changed now that he's apologized. If it makes me feel good, then whatever. But yeah, I mean, because I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, but his show is on VH1. Gail's news show is on CBS, and I believe that's all Viacom. So I do believe that somebody, look here, you scarf wearing Negro come here because you're fucking up the church's money. So you're gonna put out this apology because we don't have time, for your shizzle, my nizzle, on the rizzle. So you get the shit together, like no, we're not playing these games today. That's kind of how I feel it went down. So let me see. Well, that's it for that story. Let me go on and get to the next story, and then. What? Let's see. Ugh, y'all. I don't even want to show this. So terrible. So this video pissed me off. I'm just gonna call it a vindictive baby mama. Did y'all see this, y'all? It made me so angry. Hold up.
My baby said about that bitch crying.
I don't care. I told you, stop playing with
That motherfucker cut my baby hair out of here.
Go then.
Look at that shit. That shit sad. Hurt my baby feeling.
Now wait.
Cause you don't hurt the dad.
I do my own girl hair. I do my own
sat there
girl
for 2
hair.
hours.
I do my own girl hair.
My baby sat there for 2 hours.
Stop playing with me.
Okay, hold up. So let me read his post, and I'm gonna show y'all the video again. Hold up. It actually really pissed me off. He said, "Got my baby hair." Now they're both country, so let me. I don't know where they are either, but they both sounded country as hell. Y'all heard them. So he said, "Got my baby hair dead. I'm Gucci, but my baby hurt. But females talk about deadbeat this. Why some niggas say fuck that shit." And I remind you, she also smushed her birthday cake on her birthday last year. My girl gonna always have hate in her heart. Daddy going to get custody soon, baby. Hold on for me. So I don't blame him for being mad. So he's saying he went and got the little girl's hair braided, which I thought the braids looked very cute. And he takes the baby to drop her off with her mother, his baby mama, the child's mother. And she's feeling some kind of way, I guess because somebody else braided her daughter's hair. So she proceeds to cut the braids out of her hair. Now, I don't know if this was all the little girl's natural hair or if they were braided extensions in the hair. The little girl did not seem to be crying. Because, sometimes, like, y'all, sisters, holler if you hear me. Have y'all ever been to African braid shops where they braid your hair too fucking tight, like where it looks like your scalp is white? I've had braids put in that, like, hurt so much that, like, I felt like I needed them taken out immediately, or like, Lord, I need my hair to grow like half an inch tonight for me to be able to keep these braids in my head. So the little girl did not appear to be in pain or anything. And then if that was the case, cut the fake hair out, I guess, and then just start to unbraid her hair. But why are you just cutting? And like I said, I don't know if that's the little girl's real hair or what, and she had little beads at the bottom. So very cute hairstyle, very age appropriate. Didn't see anything wrong with it unless the little girl was in pain, which that does not seem to be the case. So this looks like just some evil, vindictive, the kind of baby mama you hear about where, like, you hear the guy talking and you gotta assume that he must be lying, or like it can't be that bad. So yeah, let's see. This really pissed me off.
My baby said about that bitch crying.
I don't care. I told you, stop playing with
That
me.
motherfucker cut my baby hair out of here.
Go then.
Look at that shit. That shit sad. Hurt
Now
my
wait.
baby feeling.
Now wait.
Cause you don't hurt the dad.
I do my own girl hair. I do my own girl hair. I do my own girl hair.
My baby sat there for 2 hours.
Stop playing with me.
So yeah, and he said little girl sound. I mean, that's a little girl. Y'all know, like, there are lots of adults who don't have the patience to sit down and get their hair done for 2 hours. And so, she's sitting there for 2 hours. He probably having to tell her, oh, be good. Probably having to coax her with candy and chips and soda or whatever while she's getting her hair done. And so she looks in the mirror, sees the finished product. She looked like she was happy in the picture before where he's taking her home. And then this girl just decides to cut the hair out of her head. What the hell? And you gonna stop playing with me? How is that playing with you? You're a single mom. He got her hair braided, which to me is like really thoughtful. If you're a single mom, that's gonna save you some time. You probably won't have to get mess with her hair for at least another couple of weeks. What's the problem unless you're just being mean and hateful? And then with him following it up saying that last year she smushed the little girl's birthday cake. Something is wrong with this girl, and that's why we got to be careful about who we procreate with. That goes for men and women too. It's not just the women who have to look out. Men have to look out too, because that there was nothing that I could see in that video, or from what I saw, that would have warranted that mother doing that to that little girl. Because, like he said, you're hurting my baby. You're not hurting me. You're hurting my child. So, yeah, and I don't know anything about this guy, but from the sounds of the video, he seems level-headed enough. Hopefully, he's not just on social media trying to get clout, but he really does actually go and pursue getting custody of his daughter. And because it looks like he might need to. Let me see what y'all saying about this, and then we'll move on. Okay, so the real says he says I seen this SMH. So not a lot of comments about this one, but yeah, I hated seeing that, y'all. That made me so angry at this chick. It just made me angry. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll move on to the next story then. Wendy Williams on gay men. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all the story as I read it I took it from page 6 because I wanted to get exactly what she said before I gave my commentary here on the live stream. So, Wendy Williams is under fire for remarks that she made about the LGBTQ plus community. During Thursday's episode of her hit talk show, Wendy Williams, 55 years old, asked her audience who would be celebrating Galentine's Day, a trend popularized by the sitcom Parks and Recreation, where women celebrate the other women in their lives rather than romantic relationships. And so, as women began to clap, a few men in the audience joined in, to Wendy Williams' dismay. She said, quote, "If you're a man and you're clapping, you're not even a part of this. You don't understand the rules of the day. It's women going out and getting saucy and then going home. You're not a part." That's what she told them. She went on to say, I don't care if you're gay, you don't get a mincy. I think mincy is the way she said it. She said, you don't get a mincy every 28 days. You can do a lot that we do, but I get offended by the idea that we go through something you'll never go through. Wendy Williams went on to critique men who choose to wear feminine clothing. She said, quote, "And stop wearing our skirts and heels. Just saying, girls, what do we have for ourselves? Looky here now, gay men. You'll never be the women that we are, no matter how gay." And then several LGBTQ plus viewers immediately called out the former radio diva, with many reminding Wendy of just how loyal they have been to her over the years. Quote, "Every time I heard someone say Wendy Williams looks like a man, gay men defended the hell out of her. This low-life bitch got a lot of nerve." That's what somebody said. And then another person said, "Wendy, you really crossed the line this time. You are a gay icon, and then you come across this, and then now you come across this. I don't even believe an apology is needed because she meant what she said." So that was that. And okay, well, Wendy, you may or may not know. What does not at all make it okay. So this is my own commentary. So y'all, Wendy Williams, for those of y'all who watch the show, then you already know she does not really make it a habit to come on the show and apologize about much of anything, or even address, like the huge elephant in the room, like when she was going through her divorce, or all of her situations with her husband or her ex-husband or whatever. So when you upset the LGBTQ plus community, even Wendy has to make exceptions and go on and dish out that apology. And so she did. So let me show you her apology. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. We're in the apology portion of the live stream if you hadn't noticed. Here's what Wendy had to say about what she said that day.
Hi. I'll start by saying I apologize. I did not mean to offend my LGBTQ plus community. On yesterday's show. I did not realize until I got home and I watched the second running of our show here in New York. And I always watch when I can to critique my delivery or, the cameras, the lights, the audience, the camera. I'm very persnickety about how I do my show. And one thing that I can tell you right now is that I never do the show in a place of malice. I understand my platform with the community, from first grade to intermediate school to high school to college to radio and now to TV. And I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just having a conversation. If you know me long enough, then you know. Bon vivant. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds fabulous. In my mind, it means live and let live. Bon vivant. And I live and let live every day. Life is too short. I'm 55 years old, and maybe I sounded like your auntie, your mother, your big sister, or somebody out of touch. I'm not out of touch, except for perhaps yesterday by saying what I said. So I deeply apologize, and I deeply appreciate the support that I get from the community. I will do better. I appreciate you supporting me.
Okay, y'all. So, okay. First of all, bon vivant. That means good liver, or a person who lives very well, like the good life, good lifestyle. Um, Wendy, you're not just going to take French words, hey Mimi42, and make those words mean what you want them to mean. A bon vivant is like a person who lives a luxurious lifestyle, fine homes, good foods, great parties, gorgeous people all around, yacht parties, yada yada yada, the whole nine. So that's a bon vivant. So it doesn't mean live and let live. You can't just make up something, Wendy. But that being said, I think that when I read the story about what she said on Valentine's Day in her studio that day, I think that she meant every word that she said. But I think that a lot of what she did say applies to transgender women more than it does gay men. And I kind of feel like people might have even been just kind of grouping that all the men, because it's the LGBTQ plus community, and I do think that because those are things that women say about gay men and transgender women as well. But either way, like I said, a lot of women agree with what Wendy Williams was saying, and I frankly don't see what the big deal is. I feel like there's a very small but very vocal minority of LGBTQ members who um, they're in their community and they want to police people's thoughts and people's words when it comes to anything being said about the LGBTQ plus community, and that is exhausting as hell. Those people are exhausting as hell. In Wendy's defense, she's probably more angry than the average woman about men wearing women's clothes and shoes, because men are more likely to wear her size than the average woman. Just a thought. But no, I don't really have a problem with what she said. Valentine's Day is about girls. It's not about guys. And so many women, y'all, so many women. We've had discussions, but usually, like I said, when we were having our call-in streams and we were talking about transgender women, and in my stream, but like out in the public, just out in the real world, there are lots of women who have problems with gay men wearing women's clothes. But usually, though, like I said, it seems like those comments that she said on her show are reserved for transgender women more so than gay men. But let me see what y'all think about it, and then we'll go on to the next story. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm feeling like there is a lag. Marietta's now commenting, or she commented on the last story that I talked about, which thank y'all for the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Um, so I just showed the video of the baby mama who was cutting the braids out of her daughter's hair after her baby daddy went to get his daughter's hair cut. Way out of line, I thought that was. But anyway, so about that, Marietta Saunders says, I guess she hates him more than she loves her own daughter. If she didn't want those braids in, she could have handled that a whole nother way. Plus, what kind of father is he taping this? I don't know. Now, I do wonder, in his defense, I wonder, like, if he's serious about getting custody of his daughter the way that he said he was serious about it, maybe that's good evidence to have in his favor. Like, look at what this woman did. Like, I need my child back. She's crazy. She's cutting my child's hair out of her head. Maybe there's that. Or it could just be like him just wanting to put the girl on blast. Like, I've been telling people how crazy she is. Nobody believes me. Let me, get this on film and show all of our people. They probably have tons of people in common. Apparently, they were, in love at one point, or at least liked each other enough to lay down and have sex with each other. They probably know a lot of people in common. Maybe he just wants people to see, hey, yo, she's wilding out. Look at what she did. I told y'all she's crazy. Maybe it's just as simple as that. I don't know. But hopefully, if he's serious about getting custody of that child, he would use that to help his case in getting his child from her. Let's see. But I can't say why he did it for sure. Marietta says, I call straight BS. What about what? The Wendy's stuff or the guy with the woman? Let's see. The real says, but it's not like men are getting women nothing for Valentine's Day, but society made men against women and vice versa. Oh, now the real, I did see you say that Valentine's Day, that's an agenda in your opinion. Okay, gotcha. So I wanted to address that because I honestly, I don't see it that way. I don't think that Valentine's Day is like supposed to be instead of Valentine's Day, but I kind of see it more so as, maybe, let's say you're a married woman and you have a single friend. You might be worried about her on Valentine's Day or her feeling lonely on Valentine's Day. Okay, so me and you, we're going to go out and celebrate. That doesn't mean, I'm not going to celebrate Valentine's Day with my man or my husband or whatever. I'm just going to celebrate the love that I have for my female friends also. I don't think that it's like, you know, do this instead of Valentine's Day, like fuck those men, I don't see it that way. I just kind of see it as you can do both, or if you're single, then just do Valentine's Day, or if you don't want to Valentine, because all these holidays are made up anyway. So celebrate the ones you want to, don't celebrate the ones you don't. But I don't see the agenda there. I do feel like there are some things that definitely push men against women, but I don't feel like ultimately like people just want us to hate each other because we have to procreate, right? But I can see how you can see it like that, because I guess like sometimes bigger agendas start with small things. So I'm trying to see your perspective, even though I don't agree. I'm trying to just see where you're coming from. And I guess, as a man, you probably do feel the pressure, and like, especially like even with the Me Too stuff, like, is there some agenda out there to make women hate men? I don't think that there is. I think that, heterosexual women still want men. We still want to be in the company of men. We just want men to be nice to us. That's all. But I don't see it that way. But I don't know. Tell me, do y'all think that there's an agenda to pit men against women, and that Valentine's Day is the start of that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. We're just having a conversation, right? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, and the real says, but that's how it starts with the little things. So, okay, I'm seeing what you're saying. And he says, but I can see where you're coming. Okay, so we see where we see each other. We see where we're coming from. We don't have to agree, but at least we understand. And that's what I was saying last week, y'all. And it because it got kind of thick when I was talking about the stuff with Kobe Bryant, Gayle King, Lisa Leslie, Boosie, Snoop Dogg, Ari Lennox, and I don't expect us to agree about every single thing. We're different people with different perspectives, with different life stories, and so my thing is, as long as we can at least understand each other, or start to understand, or try to understand each other, then I feel that like we have some place where we can talk to each other from a place of respect. Even if we don't agree, it's okay. We don't have to agree. I'm not trying to force you to agree with the way I see things, or vice versa. But like, yeah, I don't agree, but I get you. I can see how you being you, and you going through what you've gone through, you being what you are, I can see how you would feel that way. And that's kind of, all that it is. Okay, but yeah. And he says, I get you, Ty. True. Only real holidays are birthdays, right? So yeah. So I'm with you on that. Let me get a sip of water and go to the next story, which we'll keep brief, very brief. We got a quick segment of 3 stories of light skin and white girls looking for attention. I lost it for a second. Amber Rose, and her new tattoo. So here, y'all, Amber Rose and her new tattoo. For those of you who have not seen it, Amber Rose, that's her there, but let me give you the close-up, is sporting a lovely forehead tattoo these days. She just got it. Would y'all say she's starting a new trend or not? I believe that it reads Bash and Slash, like to honor her children, Sebastian and Slashton, or whatever the fucking kids' names. I don't know her kids' names. But what do y'all think? Is she starting a new trend? Do y'all want to participate? Do y'all want y'all a good little old forehead? Give me a Ty said what Ty said. YouTube. Tattoo on my forehead. Do y'all want to go and get y'all one? Does this make anybody want to go get a forehead tattoo? I didn't pull up the picture, but Chris Brown went and got him a Jordan tattooed right about here or so on his face after Amber Rose did that. So just want to see if anybody else is down. Mary Copperhead. The real says, oh boy, her. Yes, her. Mary Copperhead just giving us this laughy face. I don't know if that means she wants to get her face tattoo or not. And the real says, fuck her. So, okay, let's go on and move on. My, Mary Copperhead said, it doesn't look bad, but I really don't, but I don't really get tattoos on the face. I wouldn't get one. Okay. And I didn't mean it seriously. I don't expect anybody in here wants one. Lady B said she looks ridiculous. Mary Copperhead will pass. Yeah, it looks nice. She's like, it looks nice, but on her, not me. So yeah, what y'all think? Sexy? Yes. So Maya, R&B pop singer Maya, may or may not have gotten married. Y'all, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this. She posted pictures of she did get married, but she never showed her husband in the pictures, claiming that he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. And people are like, good for you, girl. Then it came out that she married herself, like did a ceremony for herself. And then it came out that she married no one, and this was all just a publicity stunt to market some new music and a video that she has coming out. So I don't know what the truth really is, and I really don't care. But if you happen to know, feel free to write it in the comments. Y'all remember the black lady? There was a story about, how many years ago? It was a few years ago. A story about a black lady in Texas who married herself. it got worldwide attention. Do y'all remember that story? Let me know. Oh, bye, Marietta. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Um, y'all remember that story? Black woman intends to marry herself. I'm asking if y'all remember the story because I know that woman. I personally know her. I remember driving to work one day, at that time, that was years ago, because I was listening to the Breakfast Club still. I was listening to the Breakfast Club on my way to work, and then I heard Donkey of the Day. Today's Donkey of the Day is Yasmin Ellaby, and I'm like, Yasmin Ellaby is like, why do I know that name? I'm thinking like it's some city councilwoman. I'm like, why do I? And then and then he said of Texas, and I'm like, who's that? And then he's like, yeah, she married herself, yada yada yada. But I'm like, okay, Yasmin Ellaby, that's my sorority sister. I was just at that wedding over the weekend. She's getting Donkey of the Day. Like, literally, like, it was like a couple of days after her wedding. They're talking about her on this nationally broadcast radio show out in New York. And, yeah, I was like, I was just there. I was at the wedding and I was at the reception. Like I said, she's my sorority sister. And the last time that I had seen her before her wedding to herself was we just both happened to be on vacation in London at the same time. So it was crazy. And I happened to hook up with her and she was letting me know I'm getting ready to turn 40. And if I'm not married, if I don't have a fiance or a man to marry me about that time, I'm going to marry myself when I turn 40. And I'm like, okay, so literally this was our discussion while we were in London. We were just sitting down having tea, and she's telling me this. I'm like, all right, girl, you do your thing. And she had a lavish wedding for herself to herself, and it was beautiful. She had a beautiful purple gown. She had a good, I don't know, 5 to 7 bridesmaids, and um, of course we're all cracking jokes like, well, what if she cheats on herself? Like, if she has sex with somebody, is she cheating on herself? What if she needs a divorce? We're all cracking, we're all cracking the same jokes, but we're there, and I mean, she put on a lavish, beautiful ceremony. There were vows for her to love herself forever and ever. The reception was amazing. The food was wonderful. She spent a good $40,000 at least on this wedding, and I had a ball. And I'm like, okay, I could kind of see this, like I didn't mind. And then the funny thing was, a few months later, it was there was some meme talking about how many people get married every year, and it came out to an odd number. And so the joke was, well, why is this an odd number? And Yasmin was like, oh, that's me, y'all. Sorry about that, So it was really cute, but yeah, it was a great party. I mean, it was a great party, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize that it was going to gain national attention and then worldwide attention. But yeah, she had it at the Museum District in Houston at a really nice venue. I mean, everything about it was first class. Everything about it was, and so I'm just like, wow, I get to be a part of this moment in history, and I'm just coming to my friend's event. I never would have thought that it would have that it would have turned into that big of a deal. But anyway, and then finally, in Light and White Girls Who Need Some Attention, Chanel West Coast. She, the most friendly motherfucker ever. The most friendly motherfucker ever. That's what she called herself on this video, questioning why she doesn't get more likes on the gram. So let me show y'all what Chanel West Coast talking about. Chanel West Coast, who, thanks to her cousin, gets a spot on the MTV show Ridiculousness. And other than that, we don't really know what talent this girl has. She claims that she raps, but she was not very good at it when I saw her on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So here she is, y'all.
For the most part, I've realized is that being a friendly person makes less people fuck with you. Especially being in this industry, in the entertainment industry. I am the most friendly motherfucker ever. I just like people. I like everybody. Unless you give me a reason to not like you, I fucking like you. And if I follow you, I'm gonna like your pictures. Unless it's like a really ugly, bad picture, then maybe I won't like it. For the most part, I fucking like everybody's shit. And nobody likes my shit. And I'm just like, bitch,
I'm fucking famous on a million episodes of TV, and you got way less followers than me, and I'm liking your shit, and you don't ever want to like my shit? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Do you think I'm desperate because I'm friendly and, like, liking your shit? Because ain't nobody fucking desperate. I'm just being nice. So it would be nice if you could be nice back. Realized is that...
Okay, it's serious for her, right? So I don't know, Chanel, like maybe you have more time on your hands than other celebrities who are actually booked and busy. Maybe they don't have time to like your super awesome pics because they are rehearsing lines for TV shows and movies, because they're recording new lyrics in somebody's studio, because they're writing new rhymes for some new record. I don't know. Whatever. Girl, go sit down somewhere. Okay, it can't be that serious. It can't. Let me see what y'all have to say about this, and then we'll go on to the next story. um. Okay, so Brenda heard that she did not heard that Maya did not get married, and she was familiar with the story about my friend. That's yeah, that's my friend, y'all. Yasmin Ellaby. She's one of the first people who I met on my college campus. She was an RA at my dorm, and she was a Delta, and I ended up pledging Delta. But yeah, crazy. Let's see here. Sologami, the real says. Yes, she married herself. She married herself in a very beautiful ceremony with excellent food and really good cake. It was so nice. It was so nice, y'all. Let's see. How was seeing that marrying herself? Another term for sologami. Just find it interesting. Yes, $40,000. She spent at least $40,000. I know. Mary Copperhead said, "Wow, that's great. She loves herself. She definitely should. But marriage is supposed to be between two people." Oh, thanks. Trying to make $1.15. Thank you for being here. Did you get your gift card? I don't know if you're still here, but did you get your gift card in the mail? Let's see here. Yeah, it's supposed to be, but whatever, right? Tomato, tomato, right? Let's see here. Um, yes, likes and follows. This girl is losing her mind behind likes and follows on the gram, y'all. She can't take it because she's so nice and she likes everybody's stuff. Why don't you like her stuff? I like you. I follow you. Like I'm like on TV, so like why aren't you like liking my stuff? You know. Somebody go ahead and like her stuff. Yes, I think that we should all like right now go follow Chanel West Coast on all of her social media and just like everything that she has to make her feel good today. Today is Chanel West Coast Day, just a few days after Valentine's Day. Oh Lord. Okay, so trying to make $1.15 had to go. All right, so y'all, here we go. Is this the last story before we get to, yes, one story, and then we have our features, and I'm wondering how our game is going to go today. It's already dwindling down in numbers, but thank y'all for sticking with me, and thank y'all for giving me the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, so did y'all already see this, or did we talk about this? I think it's pronounced Jania Sky, the stripper who fell 15 feet in the club performing. Did y'all see it? And she's still twerking. And getting on the handstand. Okay, so that's that angle. And then here she is just kind of going off before she fell. Somebody got a close-up of her working. You hear that? What did she fail? Okay, what if she fell? Well, we know how that ended. Okay, y'all. So, apparently, she started a GoFundMe after she had this fall, and at this point, her GoFundMe has raised over $40,000, and she's going to need every bit of that and then some because she did break her jaw, and she busted her lip, and she sprained her ankle, and she chipped some teeth. So, yikes, right? And hopefully these strip clubs do better to take care of these girls. I don't know if a net is what they need or a harness is what they need. But yeah, that's quite a fall. And the funny thing is, I watched Love and Hip Hop Miami. There's a girl in there who's a former stripper named Miami Tip. She said that she has fallen 35 feet from the air when she was stripping at King of Diamonds because they like doing these aerial type shows, but they don't provide any protection for the strippers. It's not Cirque du Soleil or, whatever. But she fell 35 feet. She said that a guy tried to catch her and part of her landed like on his shoulder, but she pretty much took the fall on the entire left side of her body, ended up breaking some ribs, I want to think, and had to have like maybe a hip reconstructed. Like all of her, the left side of her face is reconstructed. Like it, I can't, criticize how a woman is going to make her money, but please just be careful. Like there's got to be some kind of sexy leathery blinged out harness or something these girls can have on if they're going to be at those kinds of heights. I guess like a net would not necessarily be practical, but something's got to be done because y'all know these strip clubs are already shady, and I don't think strippers have workman's comp or anything like that. So just yeah, if they're gonna have these girls doing all these aerial stunts and having people come and see them, they gotta protect these girls. So yeah. Anyway, she's raised $40,000. Like I said, she's probably gonna need every bit of that and then some to correct the things that are wrong with her after that fall. Let's see here. American Copperhead said, I heard she was messed up after that. She was literally doing too much. Yeah, I'm gonna say she was. And like she, just like the girl from just from like the girl from Love and Hip Hop I was telling y'all about, they both said they just miscalculated a stunt that, reaching for something that they do like every night or every other night at the club, and just that's what happens. Like yikes. They need to stay closer to the floor. There's a sport for pole dancing where they get up pretty high, but they are very careful. Yep, yeah, yeah. They need. I agree. Stay your butt down there and just twerk. Something. Live to strip another day. But yeah, that's extreme. I agree. Y'all, it's time. It's time for the features of the show. Time for Florida Man. And then time for IDGAF. I'm wondering what kind of game we're going to have because we dwindled off a little bit, but that's okay. Time for IDGAF. We are playing for $10 unless we happen to get some donations before I get to the game. And then we have our raffle for a $5 gift card. So stick with me. Here we go. Florida Man. Okay, you guys. These stories are getting less and less fun. So here we have a South Florida man was looking for a new car, but instead of a sales pitch, he heard a racist rant. And this is a story from a station on Channel 7 somewhere in Florida. Brian Enton, that's the guy's name. Brian Enton investigates. So, David Davis was in the market for a new car. Instead, he got a racist earful. There's a voice message, and the voice message said, "He's a nigger, so it's impossible. The nigger and the good credit and no car." So that was the voice message he heard. And then David Davis says, "When I first heard the message, I'm like, nah, he didn't say that. He didn't say that." But then he kept saying it. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with this dude? I'm just trying to purchase a car. And it started when David found a 2016 BMW that he liked on Facebook Marketplace under the account PP Auto Sales MIA. David was told to go to used car lot C and F Auto Sales in Davie for a test drive. That's just a few minutes north of Miami. But when he got there, they didn't have the car that he picked out online. So David says, "I mean, why'd you call me way down here and you don't have a car?" David went on back on the Facebook PP Auto Sales MIA to find out why they advertised a car that was not on the lot. David says, "My credit is perfect." He asked me about my credit. I showed him what my credit number was. And that's where the story took an ugly turn. So David said, I guess he thought he was talking to one of his employees when he left him that message. The audio messages from PP Auto Sales that were clearly meant to be sent to someone else were instead being sent to David, the black man who came to buy a car. So here's another voice message. It said, if this guy has fucking good credit, we need to put the nigger inside your BMW or Mercedes or whatever one. Then David said, the black man trying to buy the car, he says he started using the N-word and N-word this and oh N-word that and oh put this N-word in anything he wants. He has the effing credit. Black people usually don't have credit like this. So that's what he's hearing on the message. So he basically just wanted my money. Here's another voice message. There's a guy laughing. 90% of my customers is black people, is a nigger or whatever, or wherever you're calling these people. So I don't know what that message meant. Then he says, so who is PP Auto Sales and MIA, and what's their connection to the car lot? Okay, so this reporter Facebook messaged them, he emailed them and even called them, but he never got any answers to his questions. So then that reporter showed up to the news lot, and he's like, hi, I'm a reporter with 7 News. Is there a manager here or an owner that we can speak with? And then he got the person he was looking for, and he played the recordings for the owner of CF Auto Sales, who was Pablo Capaccio, I believe is how that name is pronounced. And then Brian, the reporter, says, what's your reaction to hearing the voicemails? And so Pablo, the owner, says, it's horrible. It's horrible. We don't approve that as a business, you know. And then he says that he has a small business and they use outside brokers to send buyers their way. And so then the reporter says, well, do you know PP Auto Sales MIA? And Pablo, the owner, says, no, I don't. And he says he doesn't know all the people who work with his sales staff. And then Pablo says they all have their brokers and send them customers over. So unfortunately, I have no control of all the people referring us customers. But what he does have control over is how his customers are treated. And so Brian, the news reporter, asked him, well, will you work with this broker anymore? And Pablo, the owner, says, no, never, no. Obviously not. I would just say I'm sorry about what happened, and it's a shame that today's day in 2020 that there are people that still refer to other people like this. You know, it's horrible. That's what he told the reporter. And then David, the man who's trying to buy the car, said it shouldn't be about color, no matter whether you're black, white, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, whatever. I just came to purchase a car. And then David said that he did find the BMW that he was looking for at a different car lot. Now he's hoping to put this whole racist rant behind him. So that was the story. N-word wanting to buy a car, an N-word with perfect credit. So put the N-word in something. Put the N-word in a BMW or a Mercedes or whatever he wants, because the N-word has perfect credit. Okay, like yeah. So that's that, you guys. Let me see what comments y'all have, and then we're gonna see what kind of IDGAF game we have. Because American Copperhead is the only one I see in the comments right now. But I see it's people watching, and thank y'all for the thumbs up, by the way. So let's see what y'all are saying. Um, let's see. Oh, okay, just a wow on this story. Yeah, like I can imagine. Like I'm ready to, put down thousands of dollars, onto a vehicle. Something that's going to depreciate as soon as I drive it off the lot, and I got somebody calling me an N-word while I'm trying to spend my money with you. Are you crazy? Okay, so that's that, you guys. I hope that we get ourselves a good game, y'all. Last week was such a good game of IDGAF. I didn't know what to do with myself. So, y'all, it is time now for IDGAF. It is the internet sensation that is sweeping the nation. Oh, wait, that's messed up. They need to find out who that guy is and remove him. Yeah, absolutely. If he's referring to customers in that way, and if you're doing it and you're not smart enough to say it to the person you meant to say it to, and you're saying it to the person who's trying to spend money with your business, that's like some serious trouble there. People are always going to have those opinions and talk that way, but you need to be careful about who that gets out to. So, at this point, it is time, you guys, for IDGAF. It is the YouTube sensation that's sweeping the nation. It's the YouTube, yeah, he does need to be fired, Brenda. It's the YouTube scavenger hunt that I created, where I send you to music videos and I send you there with a question, and the answer to the question is in that video. You find the answer to the question, you type that answer in the chat, and then you get a point if you're one of the first 3 people to respond. First 3 correct answers get a point. There's seven questions, and so at the end of the 7 questions, we'll tally it up. If there's a tie, then we have a tiebreaker question, so that one person wins the pot. Today we are playing for $10 donated by me. And if you can't find the answer because maybe you're watching me on a phone, feel free to cheat. I don't care how you get the answer. Guess, cheat, look it up. I really don't care. I need 3 correct responses, and then we'll move on to the next question. And somebody's going to win $10 today. And then stay tuned, because after that, if you don't win the game, maybe you can win one of our $5 gift cards, and I will mail that to you Friday or Saturday, since you'll have it Monday or Tuesday. But if you win the IDGAF game, you're going to get that right away, because I'm going to send it to your PayPal or your Zelle connected bank account while we're on the stream. And if you only have Cash App, then I'll send that to you after the stream, because I have Cash App on my phone, but I stream from my phone too. So here we go, you guys. Let's take 1 minute. Everybody refresh your screens. When I get to the 1 minute mark, we will start the game. Refresh your screen so that I can be sure that we are all hearing the question at the same time, hopefully, and we can get our answers in. And somebody's going to win $10 before I get off of this live stream today. So let's see. We have another 40 seconds to go. 40 seconds to go. Refresh your screens. Send out the chat so people can come and play. We had a good game last week. We got 30 seconds to go. Thank y'all for giving me such a good game last week. It was so good. It was so fast, and everybody was on it. I loved it. We got 20 seconds to go. And thank y'all for getting my channel to 4,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. That happened so quickly. 10 seconds to go. My laptop won't catch up with my phone. It's all right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, y'all. First question. Go to the Oasis video for Wonderwall. Today was gonna be the day, but they never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got to do. That's it, right? I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Okay, go to the Oasis video for Wonderwall. It is shot in black and white, but when we get to the chorus, I said maybe. When we get to the chorus, we see an instrument in color. What instrument is it, and what color is that instrument? So I'm looking for 2 words. You can say the instrument and the color first, or the color and the instrument first. It doesn't matter. And I'm looking for the first 3 correct answers. And because of the numbers in here, I won't wait too long. I might have to save this one, but we'll see. We'll see. I am hopeful. Let's see. I'm looking. I'll give this another 40 seconds. And y'all do hear my dogs snoring, yes. So that worked, me putting them out before the stream. They got to wear themselves out. That worked. Okay, we got 10 seconds to go. And I'm going to ask a question before we go on because... Okay, there are 8 people. I'm showing 8 people in here right now. Type a 1 if you're playing. Because if it's not at least 4 people playing, we'll just shut down the stream and we'll save these questions for next week. And that's one last thing that I have to do. I'm seeing instruments but no color. Okay, so American Copperhead is playing. If there's at least 4 people playing, then we'll continue. So type a 1 if you are playing. If you're not, type a 2. So I'm looking for some responses because I have people watching, but I don't know if it... Okay, so American Copperhead is playing. Anybody else? I have 7 other people here. Type a 2 if you're not. I'll give this another 30 seconds and then I'll probably just shut down the stream. Okay, Brenda's here. She's not playing. American Copperhead is. I need 3 more people to be playing for me to continue with the game because this is not going to even be a competition if there's only 1 person playing. Anybody else? I'm going to give it 20 more seconds. And then I'll probably just shut down the stream, which I hope y'all are okay with that. And that'll give me, like I said, more time to get stuff done for next week. Got 5 seconds to go. Okay, yeah. Alright, okay, so I only had 1 person playing, so that was not going to be the T. We were never going to get anywhere with that game. So I'm going to have to remember, and my moderators, I think I only have 1 here right now. If y'all remember next week, if y'all think about it, promote the game and the raffle during the stream next week, like in between topics, and I'll try to, and remind me, I'll try to remember to do it myself, because we're gonna have to have those numbers to play the game. Like, it's got to be enough people to make it work, or it's just not gonna work. So I'll try this one again next week, and if we have poor participation 2 weeks in a row, then I'll just shut it down till we get to 4,500 subscribers. I appreciate y'all, though, for staying with me all this time. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. I had a good stream with y'all, and I hope that y'all have a good Sunday. And American Copperhead, I will check my Twitter and see what your response was on what I asked you, but thank you for getting back to me on that. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. And I will see y'all next week. So we'll save the game. We'll save the gift cards for the raffle. Oh no, don't you dare apologize for being late. Like I said, I don't take attendance. I'm just glad that y'all are ever here. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. And we'll just cut it short. And everybody go and get some rest. Y'all have a good week. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. Go watch the shows you want to watch. If you see something happening that you want me to talk about, hit me up on Twitter or hit me up on the comments section in any of my videos, and I'll try to talk about it. All right. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for a good Sunday fun day. Oh, thanks Lady B for being here. So yeah, I love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm going to count it down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Bye-bye.